24 vs 72-hour notification clauses, practical English for contracts. Notification windows in contracts set a clear time limit for reporting a breach or incident, and that simple deadline has big consequences. First, the window defines when remedies and liability kick in. If a party misses the deadline, they may lose certain rights or defenses. Second, the time limit shapes the speed and coordination of the response. Short windows push teams to act fast. Long ones allow careful fact-gathering. Finally, these clauses are very common in agreements, often showing up as 24-hour or 72-hour requirements, and choosing between them changes both legal risk and operational burden. A 24-hour notification clause signals urgency and requires rapid mitigation, which can limit damage and satisfy regulators quickly. It shows good faith and responsiveness, especially for high-risk data or safety incidents. On the downside, a 24-hour deadline can pressure teams to investigate before facts are clear, creating a risk of incomplete or inaccurate notices. Practically, many organizations lack the internal processes to gather evidence that fast, so this clause can lead to constant scrambling, potential errors, and disputes about whether the deadline was reasonably met. A 72-hour notification clause offers more breathing room to confirm facts, interview witnesses, and collect evidence without rushing statements that might be misleading. This reduces the chance of false or premature notices and gives legal and technical teams time to coordinate. However, longer windows can delay remedies, prolong exposure to harm, and potentially frustrate regulators or customers expecting swift action. In short, 72 hours favors accuracy and measured response, but it can increase the window during which harm continues or stakeholders remain uninformed. When reviewing notice provisions, focus on three critical elements. First, the trigger. Does the clock start at the event's occurrence or at discovery? That distinction drastically affects timing obligations. Second, the required content. What must the notice include? Incident details, affected systems, mitigation steps, point of contact, or supporting evidence. Clear lists reduce disputes. Third, exceptions and extensions. Look for force majeure, ongoing investigations, or regulatory holds that allow extra time. Draft precise language here to avoid ambiguity and to protect both parties' expectations. When negotiating notice windows, use practical phrasing to balance speed and accuracy. Propose a split approach, an immediate alert within 24 hours to flag the issue, plus a full investigative report within 72 hours. Ask to include reasonable efforts, language, so the party must try to verify facts before notice but isn't unfairly penalized for incomplete information. Suggest carve-outs for third-party delays or regulatory restrictions that prevent timely disclosure. These phrases give counterparties comfort while keeping obligations realistic and enforceable. Choose notice windows based on your operational capacity and risk tolerance. First, honestly assess your team's ability to meet short deadlines. Technical, legal, and communications functions must coordinate quickly. Second, decide whether to favor penalties for missed deadlines or cooperative remedies like required remediation plans. Penalties can deter slippage but harm relationships. Third, use staged obligations. Require an initial notice to alert stakeholders, an interim update to show progress, and a final report with findings and fixes. Staging keeps everyone informed without forcing premature conclusions. Here are clear, usable clause templates you can propose in negotiations. For immediate alert, notify within 24 hours of discovery. This creates fast awareness. For a deeper response, Provide a full investigation report within 72 hours. This sets a realistic deadline for verified facts. For flexibility, reasonably required additional time with written notice. This permits extensions when investigations or third-party constraints demand them, but requires transparency. Use these as starting points and tailor details, like what constitutes discovery and what must be in the reports. Short notification windows force speed and reduce initial exposure, while longer windows buy time for verification and better quality notices. The most practical contracts clearly negotiate the trigger, required notice content, and extension rules so both parties understand obligations. Practice offering a split notice, immediate alert plus full report, and include reasonable efforts, language to protect parties who must confirm facts. Run through a mock clause during negotiation prep to see how your operations would meet the timeline before you agree to it.